Hello, beautiful explorers. Welcome to my channel, the Anna Walden Sex Discovery channel. We're talking about threesomes. This is the last video of the series, all about threesomes. And we've gone through, check out 1 to 8, talks about all the different aspects, moving through, connecting with threesome, having meetings, getting together, aftercare. And today I just want to talk a little bit about moving on to your next threesome. Having another threesome. You are a sexual explorer, correct? You are wanting to sexually explore. And one threesome is beautiful, and it can be like, did that, but don't stop. Continue meeting people online, or you can keep that organic connection open so that you meet people. Maybe you would like to attend some swing clubs or sex clubs where you can meet other people that are really consciously open, really interested in sexually exploring, really loving doing threesomes, have experience. You can check out check out the video with Emme Foc, who I have a nice conversation with. She's a single, and she's been exploring her sexuality and doing and having a lot of threesomes and meeting people at swing parties and sex parties, and just really down to earth and really good information for you if you just like to hear the perspective of somebody who's on her journey and what's been happening for her and how she feels. So check out that video. So you're moving on to your next experience, and I say, have more experiences, because one experience is not the be all end all. One experience is just a little blip in your sexual life, right? It's a big opening if this is something you've been fantasizing for a long time. But it's just the start of connecting with other people sexually. It's the start of you opening up your sexual, your desire, allowing yourself to flow more as a sexual being, creating more fun and exploration with you and your partner, especially if you've been in a long-term relationship and you want something different and new, and you love each other and you want to stay together. It's like, let's continue to explore. One threesome is great, but let me tell you that every threesome you have is going to be a new experience. So it's going to be something different, something unique, something special to include in your life, in your journey of sexual exploration. So give it another try and keep that organic you open. And if one of you is doing the online stuff, or if you're both involved with online, keep putting yourself out there, connecting with people, going for a coffee once in a while, having a drink once in a while, so that you get a few people that are possible, and when you and your partner are in a good place and you're like, yes, we're feeling really good right now, and let's see if there's anybody that we've met that is available for a threesome. You have a few people that you would like to connect with, right? Just have some people in your pocket that are possible to connect with. Yeah, and I said this in the last video, not putting power in that first experience, putting it like, that was an experience, that was great, that was what it was, and now let's go have another experience. Maybe also changing the location, maybe you had it at your house, maybe you had it at a hotel, try somewhere else, try it outdoors, try it at their place, try doing something different, just shifting it up a bit. It will already be different having a different person, but try to add other aspects within the threesome that could make it a unique and different, exciting experience. Yeah, so I talked a lot about jealousy in the last video, and this is something that might come up when you're continuing to move on. If one of you has become really jealous even from the first experience, then you got to work on that part first. Don't start piling in all your sexual exploration if somebody is uncomfortable after the first experience. You got to work through what that was, what happened, how did that feel. And each person that comes in is going to make you feel differently. You have to understand that as well. So one person might come in and you get really jealous. There's just something about them that makes you feel really insecure. It happens. It happened to me. There was a woman who came in that had a very strong connection with my partner, and I actually set up the meeting and I got things rolling and I got things going, but she was a hottie, and she made me feel very insecure, like I wasn't able to perform or offer enough for my partner. And I did go into some deep jealous feelings, and I had to work through them. I had to go in and find out what was going on, and I had to work on empowering myself so that I could feel stronger and know that I was, a unique being, and that what I had was to offer was this beautiful part of me, and she offered something very different. And so I had a lot of discussions with her. She was very open talking about it with my partner, and eventually she went off on her own and did her own thing. But we had a number of scenarios with her, and so that was that it can be like that, where there's somebody that really triggers you. Other times, no problem at all, no triggers, no nothing, feeling very secure, no problem, no very overstimulated kind of emotions that come up. So it's different all the time. It's all the learning. For me, and I'd go check back onto my earlier video talking about compersion. I think it's a really important aspect to work on if you're going to be going into exploring other threesomes, is focusing and contemplating this concept of compersion, which is, instead of jealousy, being insecure and frustrated and angry at your partner about their intimate connections with others, feeling joy for them, feeling love for them, feeling happiness for them, that they have another intimate connection with somebody, that they're experiencing something new. It's a very odd emotion to have when we're brought up so intensely with jealousy, that's how you should feel. But it's absolutely possible to start to feel compersion. So if you're going into if you're going to continue doing other threesomes, then work on this compersion. Work on compersion with your partners so that you have some preparedness for what that feels like if somebody comes in that really triggers you. And you should always be, when you're putting the threesome together and you're working with your partner to create a threesome, to bring in a new person, really choose well for both of you, so that you're not saying, well, I'm going to take this one for the team because my partner's really into this person, but I'm not really. Make sure both of you are, okay? Make sure both of you are into having this person join you. There's a lot of people out there, and there's going to be a lot of people you're attracted to physically that your partner's not, that your partner might have to say no to, because you're just like, I don't feel good about that person. I really don't want that person. They're like, well, either she or he is so hot. I really want them. Really would like to have them part of the. If you're not into it, then they have to respect that, and vice versa. If you're really into someone and they're just like, I don't like the vibe. It doesn't really work for me. Say, okay, fine, no problem. Let's meet some other people. Just because you're attracted to someone doesn't mean you have to bring them in and sleep with them, right? This is a partner thing. So you want to make sure that both of you are like, yes, we're on board. This person really works for us. This is an exciting, and every threesome I've ever had, we were both on board. Okay, we were on board for the person. We were both, excited and interested, and sometimes one of us more than the other, but we always made sure that each other was on board to bring this person in. And after the connection, if the discussion went to, well, that really didn't work for me, and one of you was like, well, I really like that, it was still okay. Well, let's move on. Let's have another experience. Be honest with the person about how you felt. If you have to let them go, or if you can't see them again, and move on. If you are a strong, conscious couple and you want to continue sexually exploring, you have to sometimes let go of some things that maybe you don't want to, because your partner doesn't work for your partner. I mean, the most important thing is that you are looking out for your partner's looking out for you, and you're having these experiences together, right? We're talking threesomes specifically. If you start getting into other kinds of sexual exploration, like you have a threesome and then they want to go separately with somebody, or there's that suggestion, well, then there's another conversation there, right? It's if they're like, well, I really like the person, you're like, well, it didn't really work for me. Well, how would you feel if I went on alone with that person? Then that's another conversation, right? Are you comfortable with that? And if you are, what kind of boundaries do you need to create in order for that to happen? So a threesome can take it into different directions. I talked a little bit about polyamory the last video. You've opened the door to sexual exploration, people, and there's a lot of different things that you can do. And when you bring somebody new in, which is exciting and fun and creates a whole new dynamic for you and your partner, you're also bringing in new ideas, new possibilities. I mean, this may be somebody who's had a lot of experience or experiences you haven't had, and they're going to bring this information in, and it might intrigue one of you to want to explore in that direction. So be open, be soft, don't be judgmental, be allowing, be curious. Know that you're going to have to work on stuff that comes up for you as whoever you are, whether you're a mother, or you're a father, or you're whatever label that you are, you may have to work through some stuff around that, because sexual exploration is still very taboo for many, many, many people. So this is why I'm here, because I'm hoping to break some of these taboos and help us realize that our sexuality is beautiful and wants to come out and play and is an integral part of us as human beings. And so, yeah, a threesome is a good entry point for a couple. We will be talking about some other things, couple-to-couple stuff, swinging stuff, other things like that in the upcoming videos. But I want to thank you so much for being here for the series. I'd love to hear some comments from you. If throughout the series you actually had your first threesome, and how that went. Just say, yes, I had it, it worked out, or not yet, but we're thinking of it. Let me know in the comments below where you are, and if this series was helpful for you. I'd love to hear from you around that. And if you have any more questions about threesomes, I tried to fill in as much as possible, but of course I didn't get everything, I'm sure. So then leave a question below and I will answer it. Leave a question for the community and I'll answer, so that we can fill in as much information as possible, so that people can feel more comfortable going into experiencing their threesome. And yeah, we're here to help each other and share and break these taboos about sexuality. So thank you again for coming. Much love making, and I'll see you again next month. Mwah.